This is Dan Howe, PTI Securities and Futures, coming to you for daily afternoon wrap-up for Tuesday, November 1st. Overnight, the equity range was very wide. We had a 36-point range because a lot of news developed overnight. Basically, overnight, we were reacting to the fact that Papandreou in Greece decided to, under political pressure, put this latest round of austerity, which obviously was key to this whole thing that was so well received last week for the European bailout of Greece, up to a referendum. And obviously, if the referendum, if the Greek people said no, that would to the austerity, that would push the whole deal in jeopardy, and potentially all the good feelings from last week would evaporate. So obviously, that had a negative tone to the market. Also, overnight, more news coming out of MF Global. This continues to get worse. It's absolutely amazing that what's going on here, because now the company is actually admitted to using customer funds in their trading and not segregating properly. This is like an absolute bozo no-no in the securities business and the futures business. The customer money has to be separate from any trading that the firm does. And realistically, the bigger the firm, the more likely it is that they trade, and therefore the more likely it is that customers are depending upon the fact that their money is separate, and MF Global did not keep them separate. Very few firms keep them separate. We at PTI Securities don't do any proprietary trading. Mesro Financial does very, very little, and it's set up in other portions of the firm, other actual legal entities. So we shouldn't have that problem here, but this is a major, major blow to consumer confidence with the financial service industry. Fundamental news overnight, during the day, ISM came in a little bit worse. Construction spending came in a little bit worse. Auto sales were mixed. Chrysler was a little bit better, but Ford and GM did not meet expectations. All of them, however, were better than last year. Earnings news, ADM was a little bit worse, further cost pressures on the commodity side. The CME came in a little bit better. It'll be interesting to see if the CME has any liability for what happened in MF Global, because they were the primary regulator. Pfizer was a little bit better, as well as Dunkin' Donuts was a little bit better. However, the trading of the day was all about MF Global and the Europeans, primarily the Europeans. Market opened down, went down even a little bit further. Then about 1:30 Chicago time, there was a report that the referendum was off, that they were going to, the vote that they were going to have, it wouldn't pass. So the market started to rally. Then it came out another report that the referendum was back on, so we sold off into the close. The low of the day pretty much happened on the close. However, in aftermarket, well, not aftermarket, the future trades at 315. Between 3 and 315, the futures are now rallying again. However, at the close at 3 o'clock, the SPX down 35, 1218, a major two-day sell-off. Dow down another 295, closing 11,695. Just yesterday, it went back to 12,000 to the downside. NASDAQ down 77. The 10-year note rallied big today, as well as the 30-year note. We dropped 17 basis points to close right at 2%. These are moves that used to take months on the government bonds. The dollar was very strong, up 89, closed at 77.28. Oil down another $1.89. Gold down a little bit today, 4. Looking forward, we got the Fed has started their meeting today, but it's a two-day meeting. We are expecting an announcement tomorrow, as well as a press conference. Payroll reports are on Friday, so those are what we're looking forward to. Hopefully this snap will break out of it, because it actually is right where we want it to be right now in our protected index program. So thank you very much. It's been Dan Howe, PTI Securities and Futures.